Fruit is delicious, refreshing and nutritious. It's nature's candy, and it also happens to be very good for your health. It comes in many different shapes, sizes, colors, textures and tastes. It's pretty amazing stuff, and most humans love eating it. But how much would you be willing to pay for fruit? Would you ever spend $46,000 buying 2 melons, or $8,000 buying a bunch of grapes? In this video, we take a look at the 10 most expensive fruits in the world. Number 10. Sekai Apples. How much would you spend on an apple? Today, most of us can normally get a bag of fresh, tasty and delicious apples for just a few dollars. So when we heard about this crazy Japanese fruit, we had to include it on this list. Sekai Apples are one of the most expensive varieties of apples in the world, costing around $25 for just one apple. When translated from Japanese to English, Sekai roughly translates to world's number one. This variety of apple is very unique. They are considered one of the largest varieties of apples in the world. This spectacular fruit has an average circumference of 30 to 46 centimeters, which is around 12 to 18 inches, and they weigh a staggering 900 grams or 2 pounds in weight per apple. Sekai apples were created in 1974 by crossing the Red Delicious and Golden Delicious varieties together. Sekai apples taste sweet, juicy and soft, but they're very difficult to eat due to their enormous size. Number 9. Decapod. Have you ever wondered what a cross between a mandarin and an orange would look and taste like? Well, look no further, because the Decapod is just that, a seedless, extremely sweet variety of mandarin orange. Created in Japan in 1972, this unique hybrid fruit is very expensive to buy. When they first came to market, a bag of just 6 Decapod mandarin oranges would cost between $80 to $100. Today, the price of these fruits can vary greatly depending on where you live, but they are still extremely expensive. Decapods are considered to be the sweetest citrus fruits in the world. They're described as having a flesh that feels firm at first bite, but then melts in your mouth with an unmatched sweetness. Their taste isn't the only unique thing about them. Decapods are very large, around the size of a standard softball. They also have a very large protruding bump on the top of the fruit. Number 8. Buddha-shaped pear. Have you ever wanted to become immortal? If you have, I've got just the thing for you. According to an ancient Chinese myth, there is a magical tree somewhere in China that produces Buddha-shaped fruit, and if you eat one, you can become immortal. Now, obviously, this tree probably doesn't exist, but that didn't stop Chinese pear growers from creating plastic Buddha molds for their pears. As the pears grow, they fill out the mold, and when they ripe, they create a beautiful fruit in the shape of Buddha. These Buddha-shaped pears don't come cheap. They reportedly cost $10 per fruit, and the crazy thing is, people actually buy these. They don't taste any different from a normal pear. They're just shaped like Buddha. Would you ever buy one of these Buddha-shaped pears? Vote in the poll, or let me know in the comments down below. Number 7. Square watermelon. I hear you asking, why? Why would anyone ever need a square watermelon? Well, the answer is, we don't. But some people love to do things just because they can. Square watermelons are grown into the shape of a cube using a square frame. There is nothing special about the actual watermelon. They're just the normal variety we all can buy at the supermarket. However, square watermelons can be exceptionally expensive. A small to medium-sized one can set you back as much as $100. And the most anyone has ever paid for one is a staggering $1,000. The even more bizarre thing is, most people that buy them don't actually eat them. They are often purchased just for their ornamental value. Can you ever imagine yourself spending $1,000 on a square watermelon just to show it off to your friends and family? Honourable mention: Summer Fruit Auction. Every year at the start of the mango season, the markets in Sydney, Australia hold a charity auction for the first tray of mangoes to be sold that year. In 2015, someone paid 75,000 Australian dollars, which is roughly 50,000 US dollars, for a tray of just 14 normal mangoes. Those are definitely some of the most expensive mangoes in the world. But at least the money went to a good cause, eh? Number 6. Sembinkaya Queen Strawberries. These strawberries cost $85 for a pack of just 12. Farmers in Kagawa grow queen strawberries for Sembinkaya. The farmers reportedly put a great deal of effort and care into growing these beautiful fruits. This variety is said to have the most crimson, shiny colour, almost looking like gems. The farmers look for perfection in each fruit. Only 3% of queen strawberries grown make it to the shop. Each strawberry is specifically selected for its colour, shape, and size. Number 5. Taiyo no Tamago mangoes. Here's another expensive fruit from Japan for you. This mango's name translates to eggs in the sun. Now obviously these mangoes don't taste like eggs, but they are shaped like them. The company who grows this specific variety reportedly won't sell any mangoes to the public that weigh more than 350 grams. Each batch of mangoes also has their sugar content tested, and if the sugar levels are not high enough, the company won't sell them. In 2014, someone paid $3,000 for a pair of these mangoes, breaking all previous records. Number 4. Pineapples from the Lost Gardens of Hellugan. Pineapples are tropical fruits. They require very specific growing conditions. The world's largest supplier of pineapples is Costa Rica. The United Kingdom's weather is nothing like Costa Rica. The weather in the UK is pretty wet and cold for most of the year, which makes the fact that gardeners at the Lost Garden of Hellugan managed to grow perfect looking and tasting pineapples even more impressive. They nurture these pineapple plants for 2 years before they even produce fruit. And the Lost Gardens of Hellugan estimate it costs them around £1,000 or $1,280 to produce just one fruit. They rarely sell these pineapples to the public, but when they have sold them in the past, people have been willing to pay thousands for just one pineapple. And reportedly, the most expensive pineapple ever to be grown and sold here was sold for over £11,600, which works out at around $15,000. Number 3. Densuke watermelon. This variety of watermelon is very rare, and with rarity comes a high price. Only around 10,000 Densuke watermelons are sold every year. You can normally pick one up for between $100 to $250. However, the first Densuke watermelon sold every year is auctioned off to the highest bidder, and the current record price that someone has paid for just one of these melons is $6,100. Reportedly, these melons taste just like normal watermelons. The only thing that separates them from your standard watermelon are the beautiful black rind and the fact that there are only a limited number of them. Would you ever consider spending this much for a watermelon? Number 2. Ruby Roman grapes. These are said to be the most expensive variety of grapes in the world. When this variety first went on sale in August of 2008, a 700 gram or 1.5 pound bunch sold for $910. That worked out at roughly $26 per grape. But that isn't even the highest price anyone has ever paid for Ruby Roman grapes. In July of 2016, a single bunch of Ruby Roman grapes, containing just 26 grapes on the vine, sold for a staggering 1.1 million Japanese yen, which works out at around $8,400. I can hear some of you asking, why on earth would anyone ever pay so much for a bunch of grapes? Well, apparently, these Ruby Roman grapes are considered a premium variety. Every grape is checked strictly to guarantee its quality, with each bunch coming with an official seal of certification. The grapes themselves are very unique. Each one is said to be the size of a ping pong ball. And they also have a very high sugar content, making them extremely sweet and delicious. Number 1. Yubari King Melon. The Yubari King Melon is a cantaloupe cultivar grown in greenhouses in Yubari, Hokkaido, a small city in Japan. This melon is a hybrid of two other famous cantaloupe varieties, Earl's Favourite and Burpee's Spicy Cantaloupe. It is regarded as a top-grade melon variety. It is perfectly round and has an exceptionally smooth texture. This fruit isn't just purchased for its taste though. Some Japanese people present Yubari King melons as gifts during an annual event in Japan on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month. People generally buy these melons as pairs. Over the years, people have paid staggering amounts of money for Yubari King melons. In 2008, at an auction, a pair of these melons sold for 2.5 million Japanese yen, which is around 23,000 US dollars. In 2016, another pair of Yubari King melons was purchased for 3 million yen. And then in 2019, the record was broken again. Someone paid 5 million yen, which is roughly 46,000 US dollars, for a pair of Yubari King melons, which is the highest price anyone has ever paid. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. Would you ever pay such a high price for some fruit? Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to see what you all have to say. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe for more amazing fact videos. Thank you so much for watching.